when I would crash, it would make me obsess more and make me want to do it again and get better. Crashing is your best teacher. If you crash, that means you're learning. A crash teaches you so much more than anybody can ever teach you, as long as you recognize why you crashed.
That's the key.
If you crash because you missed your back brake, I guarantee you for months you're not going to miss that back brake again because you know how much it sucks.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Get Vertical Real Talk. This is a Harley Stunt riding podcast. Our goal with this show and company is to introduce you to the people and ideas that will actually help you level up your stunt riding skills professionally. Today, I'm introducing you to Jaxen Cole. Jaxen Cole is only 20 years old and has been riding for 2 years, and he's already a professional stunt rider. And he shares some dope tips that you guys need to pull out your pen and paper and take some notes, because he shares a lot of information on how to connect with these sponsors and get paid. And he also talks about how to grow his audience. He's really in tune with the algorithms and pays attention to his reach. He's extremely popular, I have recently found out, because when I asked the audience for questions, I've never got so much interaction before with any other guest. So I'm excited to introduce you to him. This is the first time he's ever talked publicly about his run-in with the police. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And I want to introduce you to my buddy over here, Blake. Say what's up, Blake.
What's up?
This is my producer. If you guys ever watch Joe Rogan, he's my Jamie. So hopefully we can get him on more often, because he's like my brains when I forget stuff. And he's like an encyclopedia. He knows a lot. So anywho, now introducing you to Jaxen Cole. What's up, Jaxen?
Hi.
Okay, for the audience that doesn't know you, can you tell them who you are, where you're from, and what bike you ride?
My name is Jaxen Cole from Guilford, New Hampshire. I ride a 2005 FXDI.
FXDI.
That's a super glide. Yep. Injected, fuel injection.
How long you been stunt riding?
About 2 years now. 2 years on Old Blue.
And you're 20.
20 years old.
Okay. I need to hear a story, because Bruce told me you have a story. Can you take me back to like where you got started with everything?
I'd say probably pedal bikes. Started on pedal bikes, ripping around town, causing havoc at an early age. And then my parents' rule was to never have a street bike, and that means Harley, crotch rocket, whatever, if I lived in the house. So I bought a dirt bike, and then my mom said you can ride it trail to trail. So I registered it for the road to go trail to trail, and then just rode to school every day.
Damn, so you just like found any way to ride?
Yeah, I hacked the system basically.
So she didn't want you to ride streets because obviously...
Yeah. They're dangerous.
Dangerous.
It's dangerous. It is. So we started on dirt bikes, yeah.
And did you learn how to wheelie on dirt bikes?
Yeah, I was never good. I was never good on dirt bikes. I was never fast. Never learned to, never good wheelies. There's always just power wheelies. Kind of just hold it consistent, and that's it.
When did you start taking it serious? Because it's like a mindset shift for everyone, where you go from you're just fucking around and then one day you're like, okay, I actually need to learn this and learn the fundamentals and actually get serious about this shit.
That wasn't until I got a Harley. So I never really wheelied until I was on a Harley. Which is weird, because a lot of people get good on dirt bikes and then transfer over, good on street bikes and then transfer over. I always flip bikes. I always buy a bike, do a little bit of work to it, and sell it. I bought Old Blue and never sold her. One of my buddies was like, just ride it for a weekend. I'm like, dude, I'm not a Harley guy. Harley's kind of stupid, This is 2 years ago, and yeah, never sold her.
So what made you wheelie on it? Did you see someone stunt riding it?
Yeah, I wheelied the 450. I was like, it would be cool to wheelie this. I was on stock slammers. I still had the 20-day plate on it. I bought it with a cut fender, bars, risers, and started mobbing it.
Dope. Who inspired you, though? Was it unknown, or... I guess it would be different for your generation, huh?
Yeah, unknown's older now.
Yeah, that's
sad as that is to
say.
So
your generation, who inspires your generation?
Well, the obvious East Coastans, the new unknown in a sense.
Yeah.
But as far as like who actually inspired me, it was one of my buddies, Eli Belucki. Just some kid in a town. He was the one who told me not to sell it, and he just rode Harleys for fun, never professionally or anything. And he just said, "Dude, just keep the bike, try it for a weekend, keep riding it. You're gonna love it." And here we are now.
Does he stunt ride?
He stunt rides, yeah.
Oh, dope. So he kind of like got your feet wet in stunt riding.
Yeah.
Harleys.
Yeah, he was doing. Anybody knows Harleys? I'm assuming a lot of people do watching this, obviously. He was doing second gear limiter pull-ups on a seat stander without a handbrake. Yeah, crazy to watch. So I saw that and I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. Like,
you're like, okay, Harleys aren't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make cool noises.
Yeah.
They make weird noises, but cool noises.
Totally. And your generation of riders are going to be like even better.
Hopefully.
Because it's such a new sport.
It's very new.
It's extremely new. It's still new. Like, I don't even feel like it's there yet.
Sometimes people forget how new it is. I mean, really got big in the past 5 years, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming from a 20-year-old though. So, but 5 to 10 years, and crazy how much it's grown.
Oh, it's insane.
Like,
I feel like I was blast from the past. So like I retired in probably 2018, and then I didn't want to see any bikes because I was like depressed about it.
Yeah.
And then I get back on social media and everyone has a Harley, and I'm like, holy shit, this is insane. And there's like so many female stunt riders, I can't even count.
We need to figure out how to make it not a wave though.
What do you mean?
We need to figure out how to make it stay. I feel like street bikes almost came in a wave. Like, it's still big, but it went way, way up and then kind of plateaued, if that makes any sense.
I want to dig deeper on that, because what do you think makes you say that about street bikes? Do you think it's the professionalism, like as far as like competitions, or just people in general riding them?
I don't know, because I'm just an outsider perspective. I never really rode street bikes. If you put me on a street bike, I feel very odd. So I don't even have a good opinion to say, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
But from an outsider perspective, I think it got really big really fast. And then I think it doesn't help when companies are doing shows with anybody and everybody. And I feel like that's kind of starting to happen with Harleys. Like, no insurance, no gates, no nothing. So as long as we can kind of maybe stay away from that, but we'll see. Time will tell.
Like, keep it more professional, you mean?
Keep it more professional, and when it needs to be professional. If that makes any sense, I don't know.
I think I know what you're saying, because I've been trying to figure this out, and that's kind of part of my journey with this podcast, is figuring out like how to make Harley stunt riding more professional, and like where we haven't quite got there yet, you know?
Yeah.
And I think part of it is what I'm getting from what you're saying is it gets too diluted with people.
Yes,
and
exactly.
So the more people that get into Harley stunt riding, the more people start doing, one, free shows,
Mm-hmm.
and two, the free shows are unprofessional, so it starts becoming unprofessional.
And I didn't mean it in the sense of like, I think everyone should ride a bike if they want to ride a bike. I think everyone should stunt a bike if they want to stunt a bike. But when somebody who just, rides for 3 months, hit a hand drag in a lot and starts doing shows, I feel like it takes away from the guys who rode for 3 years straight to hand drag anywhere they want, anytime they want, if that makes any sense.
No, absolutely does make sense.
Right? Pretty reasonable.
Absolutely. But it also, as far as the stunt riding and shows goes, it's hard to get shows, and it's hard to make it a profession when people are doing it for free, and when it gets diluted like the street bike scene did, then people stop taking it so seriously, because
Exactly.
Everyone starts doing free shows, and then you can't make money in the scene.
Exactly.
And then it's not a profession anymore.
Yeah.
And then it's just like a bunch of hooligans.
Money's not all of it, but how are you going to do it for a living if there's no money?
Absolutely. How do you do it for a living?
I get money. No, I have a lot of sponsors that help me out.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to plug them?
Yeah, of course.
We got Torque Motorcycle Co. right here. Stealth Pipes, LaPera Seats. They're all great companies. So Some of them are month to month. Some are just by the show, but they keep me on my feet.
And they're like partnerships more than sponsorships.
It's more,
right?
friendships.
That's
Yeah.
That's the best ones too, because
Exactly.
if they're your friends and they actually genuinely want to see you succeed. So if you hit them up and you're like, hey man, I really want to make it to Sturgis. These are my plans.
Yep.
Can you kick me a couple $100? They'll help you out.
It's kind of the mentality, like, if I eat, you eat. If you can find somebody to work with that has that mentality, you'll do good.
Yeah.
And that's with anything. That's not just stunt riding.
Yeah.
You know, if you can find a partner almost to support you, and all these companies do, which is great for me.
Dude, you're so lucky you figured that out in the beginning of your career.
Yeah, I got very lucky.
Who taught you that?
Jay Brew.
Really?
Jeff Brewer. I just started wheeling my Harley. He came to New Hampshire because he's from Manchester, which is 45 minutes south of me, and he took me under his wing. I owe like all of my success to Jay Brew.
He's such a positive dude and always helping the community too.
Exactly. He's been there for me since day one, 100%.
So do you think he's probably the biggest influence on you?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as friendships goes, yeah. 100%.
So what's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying the episode. Real quick plug, I want to invite you guys to our online wheelie coaching course. This is exclusively made for Harley riders. We created a 3-stage progression method that is guaranteed to teach you how to wheelie. This is for day one learning riders. It's broken down from day one all the way to balance point. With this course, you get our exclusive members only Get Vertical app that makes it easier to access while you're at the lot practicing. You also get to join our Facebook community where we have a group experts in there all ready to help and other Harley Stunt riders learning from each other. You'll also get invited with online group coaching with Bruce and I, where you can ask us direct questions about your progress and any struggles you're having. You can sign up at getverticalcoaching.com. Link will be in the description. Anyways, back to the show. So I need to know, I put out this question box on my story and no guest I've ever had so many questions. Why the hell are you so popular?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
You are.
No,
seriously. And that's the first thing that I noticed. Because I don't know why I see your posts the most on Facebook.
Good algorithm.
I guess so. I don't know why, but I look down and on Facebook, usually no one comments. Like there's no engagement. But you got like 50, 60 comments on there. And it's not just like people supporting you, but it's also hate. Yeah.
So the funny thing is what people don't know when they comment, especially on Facebook, hate, it could be anything, but hate, they're actually helping the video get more views and then more people see it and then it grows bigger. So
you troll right back too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If I comment on something, there's a group of like, I'd say 45 to 50 people who will comment the same thing. So we started this one thing. This guy's name was Bill. He just said something stupid, like, I hope you die or something. And I just commented back, thanks, Bill. And there's just this
I saw that.
Thanks, Bill, right? There's this long feed of just 50 people. Yeah. So I feel like there's a good, and it's not a following because it's, if I see them in public, I say hi. It's a good group of people that really, really support me and back me, and no matter what would have my back.
Are they local?
All over.
Or they're all over?
I've been riding 2 years and I've gone west 30 times. I've hit every state except for Alaska and Hawaii. So I meet people and we bond, and they have my back since. And I got theirs too,
Yeah. Do you think it's because you show up that they support you?
I think so, yeah. If no matter the size of the event, if I'm somewhere, within a couple hours, I go to it. Try and show support,
Yeah, Bruce always tells me that. He's like, I don't know if it's his excuse to go on street rides, but he tells me,
but it's okay.
He tells me we have to go support them because if we want them to support us, then we have to go support them.
Support who supports you.
Absolutely.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. I agree with that for sure. So speaking of streets, I noticed that this is what I was thinking maybe why you're so popular is because you ride competitions and streets and lot,
Yeah.
So you're like a well-rounded stunt rider.
Try to be, yeah.
Do you think that's why?
Yeah, I think no matter what, I think the streets always get more views, and because it's
Relatable.
it's gangster. I don't know if that's a good word for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's cool, It's like, holy shit, that's on a public street, and then there's a group that hates it, but again, it helps the algorithm.
That's where people start saying, "I hope you die."
Yeah, right around
It's
there.
so crazy that you said that because I get those too.
Yeah.
Or like, I hope you
It's
get road
like,
rash all over your body.
You can have your opinion, but I would never comment that to somebody else.
to anyone. Like, you're crazy.
Because at the end of the day, if we go down on the street, hit a car, the car's going to get banged up maybe. We're the ones getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
In the big group rides, I got taken out. Like, it is what it is, but it was just riders that were involved. It's never somebody who doesn't want to be there that gets hurt.
Speaking of that, like, I've noticed there's been a lot of accidents on these street rides. Do you have anything to say about it?
My look at that, if you can't go into a lot and perform a trick 98 times out of 100, you should not be even trying it on the streets, especially in a group ride. If you can't do the trick 98% of the time, you should not be doing it in a group. Everyone messes up. The best of the best mess up in everything, right? But when you go to a lot, hand drag once, don't do it in the streets. You should be doing that. You should be able to do that trick every single time. That's my look at it. I could be completely wrong, but...
What are like some of the things that you've learned from riding in the streets that people should know about as far as like things that would help you avoid accidents?
Streets change very fast. You could be on like a freaking piece of glass, like perfect flat, no crown to the road, and then all of a sudden it could be pothole city and a huge dip to the right, and that's when it's like, if you're in a wheelie and you hit that, just crash instantly. So just basically don't get over cocky and then try and do something and then have the road mess you up, I guess.
Is there anything like that you do before you clutch up to make sure you're aware of your surroundings?
I look further ahead, I feel like, than a lot of people. Try and stay to the left or to the right and just look for the potholes, or really you can watch other people's bikes who are, if they're wheeling or just riding, you watch their bikes, and if they're hitting bumps, then there's a bump,
Yeah.
especially in wheelies. If you see somebody almost set it down because there's a big crown, big bump, whatever, just set it down.
There's always
not worth
another
trying
wheelie.
It's not worth trying to ride over potholes and grates and this and that.
Dude, my biggest tip, and this is not a LEXIN plug, but hook your LEXIN up to your friend's helmet and have them spot you.
Yeah, that helps, especially in group rides. That helps a lot. Like, hey, we got a big ass pothole in the middle of the road right here. Set your wheelie down if you're in it.
Yep. And Bruce used to be like, "Okay, you're good," because in sit downs I can't see shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like he'd spot me and tell me if I was good, if no one was in front of me.
Exactly.
It's so helpful because then you just have the confidence to do more things.
Yep. Andy76 and I were talking about this in Sturgis. He's like, I can't believe you don't have a LEXIN or whatever, on your helmet. And he kind of convinced me to get one. He was like, even just riding in a group of 3, if somebody pulls out fast, if you see something, like, it's awesome to be able to just talk in a group.
Yeah, for sure. And you can coordinate your tricks together.
Exactly. That's when it gets really
sick.
cool.
Yeah. For footage purposes.
Mm-hmm. Like, pull it up right here. We're going to go around this bend. It's going to be sick.
Yep. Or scrape at the same time, or
exactly
hand drag at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to get some.
Get some.
Yeah.
There
I'm going to get like 4 of them, 5 of them. Give them to all my buddies.
Hey, content. Everything's content.
Everything's content.
Okay, so tell me about some recent run-ins you've had with the cops on the streets.
Oh boy. I've been pretty good recently. Do you want the whole...
Start from the... Yeah. How many times have you got caught by the cops?
Okay, so I have it all written down right here. I knew this question was coming. Ready?
Yep. Let's hear it.
3 counts of negligent driving. Okay, just before I start, this is all at the same time.
Okay.
This is 3 arrests. And just to be clear, I'm not bragging. This is terrible. Don't be like me. But I'm trying to make the best of it now, if that makes sense. I don't want to sound cocky saying this.
Well, this is good shit for people to know because this is the lifestyle.
Exactly. So don't take this as like a cockiness thing, YouTube. 3 counts of negligent driving, 3 counts of reckless conduct, 4 counts of reckless driving, 11 yellow line violations, 2 disturbing the peace, 2 disobeying an officer, 2 running stop signs, 2 endangering the public. So that's 29 charges between 3 arrests. And that was all within a 2-week span.
What the fuck happened that week?
I was 18 years old, high on life. I graduated high school and did the biggest burnout leaving my graduation ever. Right after that, coincidentally, it was Laconia Bike Week. Did the biggest burnout downtown Laconia ever. And then right after that, after Laconia Bike Week, I was feeling good, started getting my name out there and did this biggest burnout up this hill. And that all happened within, a week and a half. And then a week after that, I got arrested for the first one. 2 weeks after that, I got arrested for the second. 3 weeks after that, I got arrested for the third. Yeah, all at once.
You know what really fucking blows? This LEXIN P5 Advanced Smart Tire Pump. It blows up to 150 PSI. So when you guys see me giving you free smoke all day, it's because I got my LEXIN P5 with me and I'm able to change my tire anywhere I go. It's super compact and it could fit in your backpack or your saddlebags, and it also doubles as a phone charger. It's super fancy, comes with a digital adjustable setting that you just set and go. So loosen the pressure and get yourself a LEXIN P5. And you can use my discount code GetVertical for 15% off lexin-moto.com. How did they arrest you for it?
All off Instagram. All of them.
What the fuck?
Every single one I did, I was in the mindset, I'll just pull over. They can, if they want to impound it, whatever, but it was all off Instagram videos because I'd post the videos. I won all the cases.
And they were chasing you in the videos?
No. So, one of them, yeah. One of them.
The one
the Laconia one. Yeah.
It's Bike Week, baby.
Yeah, that one. He didn't even... The funny thing is I have body cam footage of him admitting he wasn't chasing me. That's what saved me. He was like, I was going...
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like, I was going for the other bike in the video. I was like,
okay, let's talk about that specific one because...
It's Bike Week, baby.
Yeah, start from the beginning of that one.
Anyone who knows Laconia, there's like a fork in the road right in front of the major bar for Laconia Bike Week. Everyone burns it down, every year. I burnt it down too hard, and the cop crest the hill as I was leaving, allegedly again. And there's so much smoke, the cop didn't see the bike, and then I posted about a week later, and they got a warrant and all that. I was like, I knew it was you, this and that, and came to my house. Every time they knock on my door, come to my house, arrest me. They don't just tell me I have a warrant, which is kind of crazy, but whatever. They were out to get me.
So they found you through Instagram?
Through Instagram. But the funny thing is, when we went to court for all of them, I had, Katy Perry playing over it or some sort of music, and all they did was screen record my Instagram. So when they were showing it to the courtroom, it was still playing Katy Perry. And I just said to my lawyer, I was like, how are they only using this video when they're proving it's edited? Whether it's CGI or just music over it, doesn't matter. It's, it's been tampered with. And she goes, yeah, you're right. And every time the judge was like, they're right. Like, do you have any other evidence? And they'd say no. And that was it.
Wow. So that's good. I'll note that down.
Yeah, note that. They can't use your own video,
Yeah. So no raw footage on Instagram?
Well, even if it is raw, my plan was to hire a Photoshop artist and remake the video in front of something else. Change the backdrop, change the color of my bike, something, and bring it to court and act like that was a video we were defending. And then halfway through be like, hey, by the way, this isn't even the video. Like, the video you say you have, this isn't even it.
This is the real one.
I was ready.
You
I was
were ready with
Yeah.
ammo.
Yeah.
Damn, so you completely got that dropped.
All of them. The worst thing I got, I think, was a $62 noise violation fine. Never lost my license. Nothing.
And what about the other?
The other
Because
two.
you had 3 burnouts.
Mm-hmm.
That one was bike week.
That was
but
bike
what
week.
about the other 2?
Yeah. The graduation one, my SRO, who I was actually really cool with, which is a shame. She said, if you do a burnout, I'm going to arrest you. Sure enough, 2 weeks later, she arrested me. That one was kind of the same thing. They only had the video of me doing it on my Instagram. And I think Post Malone was playing over that. So same thing. And then the third one was it was like a 2-minute long burnout up this hill. And the only video they had again was Instagram, and the same thing happened. And that was 2 towns. So I went to court twice for the same town for essentially the same thing, and it was the same judge. And he was just like, how is it even getting this far? I'm not saying I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should be doing that, but how is it even getting to the judge, you know? Like,
It's a waste of
his time.
Yeah.
It's a waste of everyone's time. I think their plan was, you know, I'm a young kid, 18 at the time. Their plan was like to have me not fight it and plea and lose my license and teach me a lesson, essentially.
They were just out to get you.
Yeah, it was, you know, I understand. I'm not arrogant. I understand. It is what it is. They should have done it better, though.
Right.
Like, they should have been better at their jobs, essentially.
So what'd you learn from it?
Don't shit where you eat.
So you stopped riding streets at home?
Yeah, I still, you know, will putt around, and they pull me over almost every time, and I don't do anything. But it's weird. It's about, I'd say 70% of the cops absolutely despise me and would take me to jail over anything, and then 30% support it and, you know, understand that I've finally smartened up a little bit and just wave when I go by. So it's a mix.
They
it's
all
weird.
know you?
Yeah, every single one of them. Not in a good way.
Yeah, right? Like this asshole again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so then you've been to almost all the states
Mm-hmm.
in this country.
Every state.
What's the
except
best streets?
Ooh, best streets.
What's your favorite?
This one's controversial, but I'd say Florida,
Why is it controversial?
because a lot of people hate Florida streets because of the seal coat, or like not the seal coat, but the top layer. But Florida is the most, you can see the furthest. It's wide. There's no crown. Up in New Hampshire, we have crown, which is the road is like this to drain. So you're constantly just fighting to wheelie to the left. You're trying to pull it back into the middle of the road. So when I get on a road with no crown, it's like heaven.
Yeah, that's a trip.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It doesn't rain there?
New Hampshire?
No, in Florida.
Oh.
How do they... That's crazy.
I'm not an architect.
Well, it's crowned for the rain.
I should say they don't have crown like we do. And it's also 3 lanes wide. So even if there is crown, you can just get back to the other lane. Our roads are, you know, barely have enough for a fog line. So you're like in the other lane, in the other lane.
Is New Hampshire older, like the city?
New Hampshire's a state.
Or sorry.
The state?
The city that you're in.
Oh,
is it older?
Yeah, kind of. It's not really. I don't know. New Hampshire's the 9th state, so somewhere around there. I don't know the year, though.
I'm just wondering because I feel like the older the city is, the pavement is like the streets are smaller.
Yeah.
And the pavement's shittier.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's weird. It's not old, but I don't know.
It's not new.
It's a small town. It's a small town.
Because I moved to Phoenix and I'm like, damn, these streets are nice.
Yeah.
It's a newer city.
Phoenix is nice.
Than where I'm from.
Phoenix is really nice.
Yeah.
I do like Phoenix streets. You guys have like concrete though, right?
I don't know.
So it
is.
It's the cracks that scare me. When you go back and scrape, if you hit a crack and catch,
you're dead.
Yeah, that's why my struts are so bad.
Oh my God! Speaking of your struts,
hitting struts,
huh?
Scraping struts.
Yes, you're scraping struts.
That's
now.
awesome. Super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best decision I ever made.
Are you the first one to like? No. Who's
it's Stunt Gypsy.
I know, but he didn't intentionally do it.
So what's weird with mine? Mine are so bent. I'm back far enough where I should be hitting seat every time, but the struts bend up, so it's literally just scraping each side of the strut, which is kind of funny. It's kind of cool. So it's still making sparks, but it's off the chrome of the struts.
Because you did it on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, we literally took the
Stunt
grinder
Gypsy
and
almost died.
I saw the video. It's kind of funny.
That wasn't on purpose.
The one where he like went like this and came down. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he hit it though. It counts.
Yeah, he did.
He hit seat, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I hit seat once. I think my plan is to build that fender and then put a block on it, and it'll be perfect depth.
Yeah, you're fucking wild. Okay, so where do you go from here? What's your next trick that you're learning?
Ooh. I don't know. I'm a big advocate of mastering the trick first. So like I want to be able to throw elbow anywhere I go, no matter how long the lot is, if rain, whatever. So I don't really move on to a new trick until I'm really, really, really good at not the first one, but the one I've been working on. So right now it's struts. And I can hit struts in the street. I can hit it in the lot. I can hit it downhill. Uphill's a little scary still because you're going
up. You're doing it uphill.
Yeah, it's scary. I should probably stop because they start to stall out because you have to come into it so fast, really get into it, drop back, and then jam the brake. And then when you jam the brake, if you don't hit it hard enough, it will stay and then flip over. Yeah,
that's terrifying.
It's fun though. It's awesome.
It looks sick though.
It looks super sick.
It's so
the
deep.
Pictures. It's worth the pictures alone.
It's so deep.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Like even if you don't know about bikes and you see that, you're like, what the hell is going on here?
Like that's defying gravity right there.
Exactly.
You know that's not supposed to happen.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Should we get to some of the questions since we have so many? Okay. I'm going to have... Oh
boy.
Blake, you're going to have to put the video of him scrolling through all the questions he has.
No problem.
By the way, this is Blake, everyone.
Sup?
Jamie.
He's the Jamie. If you guys ever watch Joe Rogan, he's my Jamie.
I'm a little bit better looking, though, than Jamie. Just saying.
I've never seen Jamie before.
He was on a episode of Bob Does Sports.
Bob Does Sports. I never...
It's a golf channel.
Oh, yeah. See?
Suck at golf.
Everyone sucks at golf.
Right?
True.
That's like, imagine pool, but yards and yards away. That's how I think of golf.
Basically.
Yeah. Anyways. Okay, so I got a shitload of questions. And this is why you're so popular, because you have so many fans. So do you want me to read your page's questions first? Or
read whatever, yeah.
Let me just pick one. It's going to be random. Okay, let's see. Damn, there's so many. What? Okay, if anyone knows why he's so popular, can you comment below? Please. Because this is insane.
Got a lot of supporters.
Okay. Cousin Eddie. Open thoughts on coattail riding or dick riding for views, followers, clicks in the scene.
That's a good question. I'll never not post something because I think it won't do good on Instagram, but I'll edit it to make it do good, if that makes any sense. I'd be lying saying I don't post some stuff to get views. It's a profession. It's like it's my job to get noticed, basically. When people start doing stuff that they would never do for their 5 minutes of fame, I think that's when it changes, in my opinion. And that's when it becomes like, why are you doing that? When they start acting like not themselves, essentially. Like, why are you doing that? Like, if you're yourself and having fun with it and you think something's going to do good and you post and it does good, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I would have to agree with you, and I know what you mean by if you do something that you normally wouldn't do and you go out of your way to be a person that you're not.
Exactly.
To do that.
It's like Two-Face. Like when you have two faces and you're jumping back and forth and whatever, no one likes that.
And you can see it. You can
Yeah,
tell.
oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, usually it doesn't even work out.
Exactly.
Like if you're gonna do it good, you know. But yeah, no, if you're true to yourself and you're still enjoying it, but you're posting something to get views, I see nothing wrong with that. I do it.
Oh yeah.
You know, if like let's say you own a plumbing company and somebody told you if you get X amount of views on this, you'll get this many more customers, or you'll get this. Wouldn't you post videos to get more views?
So this is something that I was just talking about with someone online, but it's something that was a mindset shift for me because I thought it was so cringe for years. I thought it was so cringe and I resisted it. You know, I'm like, I don't want to be that person. Followers don't matter. Followers don't pay until they started paying.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I wish I tried harder.
And it sounds so negative to say, but it's like, it's the truth. It's, if you have more followers, more companies reach out, it makes your work, you know, feel like it pays off more. And that's what we're all going for. We're living the dream. So why not try and make the best of it, essentially?
So I had a podcast interview with the sponsorship coach. I'll link it in the description if I remember, but he put it perfectly. Cause I was like, I don't understand how did it go from like attention, like sponsors being attracted to social media, following versus skill. You know, back in the day, it used to be skill. And he put it perfectly. He was like, it's always been about attention.
Yeah.
It's just back in the day, we didn't have control of media. And then the media would go to the first place winner of the race.
Yeah.
So it was automatically skill.
Yeah.
But now it's all views.
Instagram and all this is still new. Like making money off Instagram is very new. So why not do it is my opinion. That's what it comes down to. If somebody else is going to do it, if you don't.
I like you.
You know, it might sound negative to some people, then don't do it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to see my stuff, don't follow me. I won't be offended, but for the people who do, you know, they get to see some cool content, you know, and I can make a living off doing my dream. I don't see an issue with that.
Yeah. What about those guys at the lot that get annoyed when we're filming?
It's not their lot. If they get that annoyed, go buy a parking lot and then tell them you can't come there.
Yeah.
That's always my look at the lots, you know. Unless somebody's being very disrespectful, leaving trash, whatever, like disrespecting the area, it's no one's lot. If you have an issue, then maybe say, hey, you know, we're trying to do this. Can we have the lot for 5 minutes by ourselves?
Yeah.
Approach it differently.
Totally. Well, I think the people that have an issue with you filming content or posting for views, they're the ones that's not getting paid. I can guarantee you that 100%.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit of jealousy.
I don't think they have the mindset. They don't understand.
Most people won't admit if they're jealous, but why should you look down on somebody who's doing good? Is, you know, what I think. Like, support them.
Yep. Totally. Okay, I seriously cannot be the only one that does not trust insurance companies. Don't you feel like they never pay you what you deserve for your accident? That's why I always call Law Tigers. They're specialized motorcycle attorneys. Yes, there's a difference between motorcycles and cars. That's why you need to call Law Tigers, because they are the experts and you are not. And what's dope about them is you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. It comes out of your settlement. So if they don't get you paid, then they don't get paid. And the best part is once you call them, they take care of everything for you. You don't have to think about it at all until you're signing the paperwork saying case closed. Don't let these insurance companies screw you over. Call Law Tigers and tell them that Drea sent you. If you're local to Arizona, call my boy Jay. I'll leave his info in the description below. Okay, Jake Willis. Tips on coasting, no hands, and drop backs without pancaking.
Okay. This comes back to the thing I was saying, how you perfect a trick and then move on. When I learn tricks, I try and break it down. So let's say you want to learn, what did he say? No hand?
Coasting, no handers.
Okay.
And drop backs.
So first you got to get used to taking your throttle hand off and then putting it back on, in my opinion, right? That's the scariest part usually. You sit on your bike in your garage and you go like this for hours every night. Then you go ride and you ride, idle, not in a wheelie, and you go like this. And it's back to the books. You do that and then you get in a wheelie, and then you slowly take it off. Do that. Once you get throttle hand, you lock your bars. If you know how to lock your bars, great. If not, you lock your bars, you ride. Lock your bars, take your hand off. Put it back on. And it's repetition. It's repetition. Eventually, put them all together, then you have a no-hander.
Dude, you're the first person that teaches like that besides me.
That's how I learned.
That's how I learned too.
Nobody around me rode. I would sit in my garage and I would go like this. When I wanted to learn no-handers, I'd lock my bars, sit with my feet down, I'd go.
So you can find like a muscle memory of finding where your bars are without even... So it becomes so natural that you don't even have to find them.
All it is a mental block. Mm-hmm. The mental block for me was throttle hand. You know, it was scary to put it back on. You're scared you're going to whiskey throttle it or miss it and come down hard. When you sit in your garage and do this, that's all you're doing, but you're looking up in the sky. That's all it is with anything.
Yeah. That's dope. Yeah, I when I was learning, I'd do that shit in my garage and even sit there and twist my throttle to get with the bike off.
Exactly.
To get throttle control. That if you bring it that far down into the basics, you get so much better. It's 100%. Overlooked.
Yeah, back to the basics always. If you ever feel like you're having a shitty lot day and you're like, oh, I can't hit this trick, I can't hit this, go back to the basics. Ride the tricks that you can do every single time and just have fun. And then go back out and try again.
That's such good advice. AKA DeMarcus. You're always having the best time. Where does all that positive energy come from?
High on life. I've never drank, never smoked, never done anything, never vaped. I just like being alive. Grateful, you know. I got some great parents, and I think it's part like no matter what I do, they'll support me. So I don't want to let them down in a way. You know, they're supporting me doing this, so why would I half-ass it? So, and if I'm not half-assing something, I'm going to be happy doing it. That's it.
That's good that they support you, because initially she didn't want you riding the streets.
Exactly.
How'd you get her to switch that?
I was kind of a jackass, honestly, and I said, I appreciate your opinion. I'm going to do it regardless. So I'm either going to move out and, you know, tackle this head on, or you can help me. And she helped me, and she's my biggest supporter now, my mom. What's up, Michelle?
Good job, Michelle.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Man, if I had a son like you, I'd be a proud
Probably
mom.
have a heart attack.
I'd be a proud mom. That's my goals. Okay, let's see. Okay, Busta Rye, why did you choose to stunt Harleys and not street bikes?
This is going to start some controversy. I like a challenge, but I don't mean it like street bikes aren't hard. I mean it like when you look at a street bike, somebody who doesn't know bikes, let's say this. When you look at a street bike, you're like, that wheelies. When you look at a Harley, that doesn't wheelie. I like the fact that people look at there and they're like, holy shit, you wheelie that? You know? I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be done.
I agree with that.
Right?
I agree with that.
Like, it's a 800-pound bike going 12 o'clock. It's not supposed to be done, but we do it.
It's not normal.
It's a cool factor. I'll admit it. It felt cool.
It is a cool factor.
Yeah, no, it feels cool. And that's coming from somebody who said I would never buy a Harley, too.
I said the same thing. Because it's like an old person's bike.
Mm-hmm. Until they start wheeling, then it's like, holy shit.
Then you're fucking badass.
Yeah.
And you don't really have to do anything on the Harley to be cool.
Yeah. If you can scrape.
You're good.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Okay, so Chicken Noodle 69. Is there a plan for the future to get a handbrake on your bike?
Never. Are we having this discussion right now?
We're going to have this discussion, and I'm going to need to know why.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
This is my opinion. Whatever you want to do to your bike, do it. I don't care, not in a bad way. It's not my bike, right? I just don't like when people say, oh, it's going to stir the pot. I don't like when people say, oh, I put a handbrake on my bike to do more tricks, okay? The people who are saying that haven't even got halfway through a foot brake. Like, somebody who's saying that, can you hit elbow? Can you double? Can you head drag? Can you circle? Can you drift to the left? Can you drift to the right? Like it could go on and on and on. If you want to put a handbrake on your bike, say you just want to put a handbrake on your bike. That's my opinion.
So
I don't know where that's going to go. That's definitely going to get clipped somewhere.
That's good. That's a good point. But I think most of the people with handbrakes on their bike come from the street bike scene.
Yeah, 100%.
And so this is the weird thing with the street bike scene. When you get on a street bike and you're planning to stunt it, that's just an automatic part of your build. Mm-hmm. And so the mindset is different because foot brake's fun, mm-hmm. but there's just so much other things.
I agree. If you can have more fun riding your bike by putting a handbrake on, put a handbrake on.
Yeah.
I like the raw foot brake. I mean, to somebody who doesn't stunt Harleys, my bike looks
stockish.
Stock meaning seat, suspension, bars,
without
risers,
a fender.
Exactly. But the stock-ish look, like a club style bike. Mm-hmm. They're not stock bikes, but they're not done up crazy, you know. So I like that rawness, and like I said, I'm not even close to mastering a foot brake. No one is.
Do you think that might possibly hold the Harley stunt scene back a little bit, though?
People not putting handbrakes?
Mm-hmm. Like just the stubbornness. I don't know why you guys are so stubborn against it.
I'm not against it. If I was against it, I'd be like, fuck handbrakes, this and that.
Okay, so if you get to the point where you're straight bored, because
I'll never be bored.
Because you've done. Are you sure? Because wheelies get kind of boring.
Never be bored. How many? Ready?
Yeah. How
many people are doing without a handbrake, sit in the seat, both feet over the bars on a Harley? It's just tricks like that. Like, there's so many more tricks. There's so many more tricks that people don't think it's possible. It's like, I don't even know why.
Sammy gets kind of creative.
Yeah, Sammy, exactly. Mm-hmm. Sammy comes out with a new trick every week, and no one's even, touching it. And that's what I mean in the sense of like, oh, I want to be able to do more stuff. Sammy's proving you can do more stuff without a handbrake.
Yeah.
Again, it's your bike. If somebody wants to put a handbrake on it, I'm not going to diss you for it, but it's just not my style.
It's not your thing.
Yeah.
I'm so curious to see how it's going to be in 10 years. I'm just curious.
I think there's going to be majority handbrakes, and I think there's going to be a few people who have been on this podcast that only run foot brakes, and that's about it.
And stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll probably be retired by then.
I'm gonna put a hydro e-brake on my bike before I put a handbrake on my bike.
Would you put a foot brake? Have you seen? Jaxen Cole has a foot brake on his forks.
Mm-hmm. No, that's cool.
Hey, it's still a foot brake.
Yeah, but then it goes back to like, I just like my bike stock. It's
stockish.
Yeah.
Stockish. Not really, but stockish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Stock. It's stunted out besides a handbrake. So
yeah, I guess you could say that. I don't do anything to my bike that's, if I didn't stunt and I still rode motorcycles, I would buy a Harley and do exactly what I have done to my bike to any bike, whether I stunted or not.
Yeah, it just looks more sporty.
I never want to make my bike stunt specific, if that makes sense.
Oh, like a tank and all that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I used to have a Sportster that was all stunted out like that. But now, I think I wouldn't mind building another Sportster like specifically
like
for
stunt Sportster.
Yeah, stunting out.
I mean, it'd be cool to have one and ride, but
it's fun.
And I can't change Old Blue. Old Blue has to stay with the raw freaking. Old Blue's my bike, by the way. If you didn't know.
Yeah. What happens when that doesn't survive the test of time?
It has.
Don't jinx it.
It's made it this far. It's not gonna break now. I'm still on belt.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Poor thing.
No, Old Blue's a trooper. We love Old Blue.
You're my boy, Blue.
One day she'll be hanging up on the wall in the shop, but I'll never sell that bike.
Okay, let's see. There's so many. Okay. Dad's rad on one. Mm-hmm. What do you do for a living off the bikes?
Ride does he like, how do I get paid? Some sponsorships are monthly. I think we kind of said that already. Some are by event. Some are, hey, do you want to go do this show? You know, do you want to run this booth for me even? And your expense will be paid, and then you'll make this much. It really depends. It kind of fluctuates depending on the company, depending on the event, depending on what's going on, depending on the season too.
Do you have a day job or anything?
I work at
like a trade.
I work at a motorcycle shop on the side, and that's fairly new. I was bikes full time for 2 years. Now I just work at the shop when I'm home, and that's about it.
It's pretty easy, laid back job.
My boss is super nice. Yeah, it's called CFO. It's in Meredith. My boss is super nice. We went into it with the same mindset. I said I want to be able to leave with a day's heads up, no matter where I want to go, no matter how long I want to go, and he agreed to it. Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah.
And you got it made. Don't leave.
I know.
You're like, that's why I work there.
I know.
Extra money.
Yeah, like for this trip, I still try and give him enough time, but you know how it is. Events pop up that you want to go to. If you have a 9 to 5, you can't make half of them.
Yeah.
So that's why, actually, out of high school when I started, I was plumbing, and I couldn't go to an event because my boss said no, and I said, listen, I hate to do this, but I'm not coming in Monday. Like, I'm going to this event. It was a show up in Canada. I said, I'm going to make more money going to this event than working for you for 2 days.
Yeah.
And he didn't quite get it. And I understand he's running a business too, but he didn't quite get it. And that's how I really got my start. Quit. And my mom said, you're not living here without a job. And I said, well, stunting's my job.
You're like, that is my job. You have to like really like switch that mindset to this is my profession to start making those money. The dollars.
I was in the mindset, if I don't make it doing this, what else am I going to do? And that mindset's dangerous sometimes, but if you believe in yourself, it works.
It works.
It works really well.
I had that mindset at one point too.
Yeah, it worked.
And I was like, I don't have any other plan, so this is it.
Like when you don't have a backup plan, sometimes that's the best.
It is. It is. Okay, let's see. Okay, Levi. Besides seat time, what's the best advice you can give someone that's new to wheelies?
He's going to hate this answer because it is seat time. I think take seat time to a whole other level. I rode 3 hours a day, every single day for 2 years straight. Rain, snow, every single day that I had my bike, I rode. So as much as people hate hearing it, it is seat time. Go out and ride. I used to go ride with a little logbook, and if I didn't do something, or if, like, let's say I missed a clutch up, I'd write down and just be like, this is why I missed this clutch up. So I was committed. Yeah.
You obsessed over it.
Yeah. If you obsess over it, if you obsess over anything, it's going to work.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that's a common theme. Blake, everyone says that. They ride every day.
Every single day.
Every single person we interview.
If you do something for 2 or 3 hours a day, no matter what it is, every single day, you're going to get good at it.
Yeah, even if you feel like you're not making progress, like
you are.
You are.
Yeah, 100%.
Seat time, seat time, seat time.
I'm a big advocate of that.
You have no option.
Even if you go out and ride and don't do wheelies and you're just
on your seat.
Even if you go sit on your bike like we were talking about, that helps so much more than anyone thinks. If you go sit on your bike and take your hands off and put it back on, that is seat time.
Yeah.
You don't even necessarily have to be riding the bike.
You know what Bruce made me do? For fucking 6 years straight?
What?
No breaks. He would not let me have a break. We'd be at the lot for hours, and I was not allowed to get off.
Probably don't get arm pump anymore, do you?
Well, now I do.
Well, back then you probably didn't. Yeah.
No, back then I wasn't. But
yeah.
He said, if you want to take a break,
we're going home.
You ride around the lot. That's your break. You're just not doing wheelies.
Because you're still on your bike. Yeah.
You're still on your fucking bike.
I like that.
Yeah. Or you sit on your bike and take a break and get some water or whatever. But you're not getting off your bike and taking off your helmet. And we're not here to hang out. We're here to train. So.
Obsession.
Obsessed.
In a nicer answer, get a bike that if you get a bike when you crash, it hurts less. So get a 110 or a Grom if you've never really wheelied, and then obsess over that, and then bring it to big bikes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right?
that's good. Yeah, I agree.
So then if you crash, you're not getting hurt. Harleys are expensive to fix. And when they crash, they don't usually crash well if it's a big crash. Groms you can throw on the ground and rebuild for $400, the whole bike.
What would you say to a new rider that doesn't have a mentor? Like they have no one and they're scared to show up to the stunt spot.
No one's going to shame you for showing up. If you're not a jackass, if you don't act like you know everything about everything, no one's going to shame you. Like, I see new guys all the time. I go help them. That goes for the big people at the stunt lot. If you see a new guy, go help them, first off. Second off, if you're a new guy, go ask for help. Everyone's there to ride. Everyone's there to have a good time. Everyone was at the point where they couldn't even get the front tire off the ground. So, and I feel like some guys maybe forget that, the bigger guys, but majority of people remember that time where you did ride for 2 hours a day every single day and obsessed.
Do you think that some of the big guys might seem like they don't remember because they're just so jaded from giving people advice and investing their time into it, and then they just never follow through with it, or they quit and give up?
Yeah, it could be. It's hard for me to say because I'm new to it, honestly. I mean, I've been riding 2 years.
Yeah.
It's not a long time. That's why it's hard to answer like some of those questions, but I think if everyone was just more supportive of each other, everything would be easier in the community.
Yeah.
If the new guys were, hey, that was awesome. Can you teach me how to do that? And the guys who have been riding their entire lives go, yeah, I'll help you out. I think it'd work out better. But
so since you're so new, do you remember being scared of wheelies?
not really.
You don't remember ever being like, okay, fuck, I got to bring it up a little bit higher, but it's scary.
Sometimes, but not really, because when I would crash, it would make me obsess more and make me want to do it again and get better. Crashing is your best teacher. If you crash, that means you're learning. That's like a crash teaches you so much more than anybody can ever teach you, as long as you recognize why you crashed.
That's the key.
If you crash because you missed your back brake, I guarantee you for months you're not going to miss that back brake again, because you know how much it sucks. Mm-hmm. You know, you're in the hospital bed, you got road rash, you got a broken arm. Mm-hmm. Not going to miss that back brake again when you get back on your bike. Are you going to be so focused on the back brake you're going to mess up something else? Probably. But eventually you build up and get to a professional point.
Yeah.
Everyone crashes. Don't be scared of crashing.
Everyone. If you haven't crashed, you will.
Exactly.
You absolutely will. Let's see the next one. Okay, let me go. Dude, there's fucking pages. I can't believe this.
Thank you all for supporting.
Okay, what's C Stunts 140. What's the best clutch setup for wheelies, Dinah?
Okay. I saw this comment actually. If you're asking lever, I'd say Elite, but I feel like everyone kind of has their own opinion on that. Any easy pull lever, I go with Elite levers. As far as clutch goes, I'm still a stock clutch. Still stock plates and fibers on the internals. Sportster, you definitely have to change and you have to take the spring out and then it's an extra fiber. But other than that, there's a lot less prep that goes into the bikes than people think. I'm speaking for myself. I know a lot of people really work on their stuff, but you can get a bike, put bars, risers, suspension on it, and be pretty dialed. I ran a stock seat for a year. It had a hole in it this big from knee knockers. So.
And you stayed locked in?
Oh, yeah. The hole helped me. It made such a big hole. My knee would sit in the hole.
Oh, you didn't cut the hole out?
No, it was just from wearing it. That's how much I rode on it. Yeah. So I'll say this: no excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Just ride.
So tell me about your setup.
Clapped.
Clapper?
Yeah. A lot of nice parts on a shitty bike, basically. I have a stealth pipe, 2-in-1, obviously. I have torque handlebar risers, which are 6.5 inch with an 1.5 inch pullback. That's what a lot of the guys run.
Mm-hmm.
Mid bend bars, just Amazon cheapies. I have legends in the rear. They're really blown out. I don't know if that's a legend thing or a me thing because I do jump my bike a lot.
It's probably a you thing.
Probably, yeah. Those are 13.5s in the rear. Other than that, it's
belt drive.
yeah, LePera seat. So it's step up seat you got to get, but belt drive, yeah.
Man, it hasn't snapped on you or anything yet?
All right. Easy. Don't jinx me.
Knock on
But
wood.
I was on the original belt from 05 until about a month ago.
And you decided to keep a belt.
I had 3 belts in stock off just takeoff bikes or part out bikes. And I was like, why would I change it?
True.
It just lasted 20 years almost. Funny enough, I put a new belt on. Belt blows same night. I don't know if it was a faulty belt, but then I put another one on and it's been on since. So I count as 2 belts in 20 years. 20 years.
Damn.
Not bad.
Hey, yeah. Who owned it before you, though? Or grandpa?
No, some kid who beat on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I bought it, it had a cut fender. It was never hit, but I mean, it had 34,000 miles when I bought it. And I probably put triple that on it on a stock,
all in wheelies.
on a stock belt. Yeah, only on the rear tire.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if there's any other ones. There's some random stuff here. Was there one that you saw that you really wanted to answer?
I don't know. Give me a look.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be rude going to my phone.
No. I think I got all the good ones, to be honest.
How are you so sexy? I don't know.
Yeah, how are you so sexy?
Got really good at riding Harleys.
Okay, speaking of that, we could transition back to the normal conversation. We were kind of talking off camera about your transformation of like who you were before and after, and you're like, I don't know, because I've only been doing this for 2 years. But has it changed at all, like your confidence or your did it change you into being more of a disciplined achiever?
I've always been. I always like putting on a show, no matter what I do. I don't know if that's cocky. It is definitely a little bit, but I just like making people happy. So, when I ride, for instance, in shows, if you can interact with the crowd, make people happy. So as far as like how much have I changed? I don't think I've changed much. I try and stay true to myself. I try and be a good person at the end of the day, and that's basically it, I think. I don't know if that really answered the question, but...
No, so it hasn't really changed.
I'm just riding Harleys now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went from the pedal bike to the Harleys.
Exactly,
And it's the same person.
Yeah. I try to be. Obviously, some things change. Like, I do have to be more professional in some aspects, working with companies, but that's one of the times it's okay to have it be two-faced, kind of. You have to have a professional side and then just you. But other than that, I just try and be the same person to everyone.
What do you do differently that makes you more professional?
Be better at texting. I suck at texting. I voice type, so it comes out shitty usually. So sit down, proofread your emails and stuff. If you're reaching out to sponsors, don't say, yo, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Get me some parts. Actually think about them and think, why is this email going to be different than the 20 other people who reached out this week? Be different.
Do you have any tips for anyone that might want to reach out to a sponsor or need help?
The big thing about sponsors is you have to show them how you're going to make them money, basically. It's, as much as that kind of sucks to hear, I don't want to say a lot of companies are in it to make money, but they're companies to make money. So you have to show them, why is it worth me sending this kid or this guy, you know, whether it's pegs or a t-shirt, why is it worth my time? Why is it worth our product? So whether you want to make a promise of something you're doing in the future or you're bringing stuff you've done in the past, basically make up a resume basically to show them why it's worth it.
Yeah.
I think. Right?
No, yeah. I think you nailed it. It's return on their investment.
Make yourself valuable.
Like, you got to think like a business. Why would they give you something or pay you if you're not making them money in return? And that's exactly how they think of you as an employee if you worked with them.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to pay you
to not work, to
$50 an hour if you're not making them $50 an hour.
Exactly.
So they have to be making more than $50 an hour to pay you $50 an hour. So it goes the same.
So it's that on a smaller scale, basically. Whether you're reaching out for a t-shirt or $100,000 a year, you just have to show them why it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make yourself valuable.
Absolutely. So you got this drink sponsor here.
Drink sponsor, Misfit Energy. It's very good.
That's cool.
Yep. They're out of Epsom, New Hampshire, which is like 30 minutes south of me. Newer company.
Do you like working with newer companies?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it when you can. When companies started reaching out to me, Torque was one of the first companies. He was way bigger than I was, and he showed me faith. So now it's cool to be able to, show the smaller companies faith. And when you can build a company together and work together and be partners, like we were talking about, when this gets big, because I know it will. I don't want to say it's going to pay off, but it will pay off.
Yeah, you feel like you're a part of the team.
Exactly.
And because you're helping their brand grow.
Yep.
And they're supporting you however they can, you know? So
exactly.
And that really means a lot to people.
I told them, I said, because they have a few investors, I said, I don't have enough money to invest to make it worth me investing, but I'll invest my time. That's what it comes down to. I'll invest my time, and I have faith in the company. And if you have faith in the company, go for it.
Absolutely. Or if you genuinely love the product.
Yeah, exactly. They reached out, and I kind of thought it was going to be another, I don't know, freaking spammy, like, hey, we'll send you the shirt for 5 videos type of thing.
Yeah.
They reached out and said, this is our drink. We're new. We're going to be at this event this Friday. And I said, okay, kind of not thinking anything of it. I said, I'll come Friday and try the drink. I'm not going to work with you if I don't like the drink. I'm not going to work with you if I don't like you. I don't work with people I don't enjoy being around, truly. And me and 10 buddies went try the drink, and we all looked at each other. We're like, holy shit.
We need more.
Like, this is good. Like, you guys nailed it. The guys were super nice, Tom and Steve. And yeah, I think we're going to grow it to be pretty big.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like the branding of it.
Yeah. Super cool. A little different.
How many followers do you have?
You just hit 40K yesterday.
Damn, dude. Yeah. Good job.
Bad. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I want to look at your page.
The reach has been insane recently.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Been doing, So we're on a 3-week-long trip right now. We went Chicago to Sturgis and then down to here. I've done so much in this trip to make it worth it. It's finally like at the point where it's really, really paying off. All these trips I've taken, all these people I've met, and it's nice to see.
Networking.
Yeah, I called my dad the other day to tell him a deal I'm working out with a bigger company, and he like started tearing up.
Oh, that's so sick.
So that was nice to hear.
So I'm looking at your how do people reach out to you in messages? Because you don't have your email on here. Yeah,
it's all DMs. Which I got to change because a lot of them get lost.
Yeah.
There's, how you have the hidden request? There's that, and then you scroll down, and then there's another hidden request.
Oh, yeah, that they think is spam.
Exactly. I'd probably pull 4 DMs a week out of there that are legitimate that I should be seeing.
Shit, dude. Yeah. I know I missed so many opportunities because of that.
You got to check it once a day. You have to.
Dude.
Yeah.
You should put your email on there.
I know. I might. That's a good point.
Yeah, put your email on there.
I know.
A lot of people will email.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
You just made me think of that.
And I know people hate on the blue check mark.
I'm not a hater on it. I just
Dude, the blue check mark gets you seen.
really.
Yeah, so basically think of Instagram's a fucking business.
Mm-hmm.
You guys think of it like a business. They reward people with blue check marks because they want you to stay on the platform and they want you to keep paying.
I just wish you couldn't buy it.
Oh, well, that's the whole point of it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
That's why
But it used to be like
it used to be
just a verified, like, this is this person,
like
you know?
you could only get a blue check mark if you're cool.
Yeah. Not cool, but verifiable, I guess.
How do you verify someone though?
I think it was mainly for just bigger celebrities.
Yeah.
So then to prevent like spam accounts or not spam, but scam, I guess.
Yeah, then they got smart. I swear they did that on purpose though, because they do things to make you want to buy it. So
Exactly.
they're
forcing you to buy it.
Well, they're like, okay, let's make it only for the cool kids, and then now let's charge for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they did.
They're smart.
Yeah.
They made millions on the first like 12 hours of dropping that check mark.
Well, you get more reach.
I know.
You get way more reach.
I know. If I ever see mine start to drop, I'll probably do it, but I'm pretty decent on reach right now. And
Yeah, you get a lot of engagement on your shit.
can I pull it up?
What?
Can I pull up the numbers?
Yeah.
I want to see, right?
Yeah.
Might as
Oh,
well,
this is this past like month, huh? Because of your traveling and shit.
Yeah. Let's do it.
It's crazy. Okay, you have to talk into the mic though.
Sorry. I'm not good at multitasking.
You can unplug it.
Yeah.
It's probably
Plug
charged
it.
now.
All right, accounts reached. We'll do last month. Or no, we'll do last 30 days. Last 30 days was actually kind of shitty. 471,000. That's like
471.
yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, but not usually. If I do last month, 660,000. Last 90 days is 2.4 million.
Damn.
Yeah. Reach has been good recently.
That's really good.
But I've also done a lot of crazy videos.
Dude, you need to screenshot that now so that you could put that in your marketing deck.
I do. I already have one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good tip. Have
Yeah.
you said that?
Hot tip.
Marketing deck, yeah. It's like a resume, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you screenshot it when you're
When you're up.
when you're up.
Yeah.
But it will reveal like because I screenshotted I just looked at mine yesterday. I'm like, oh shit, this is kind of old. So my following was like 20,000 less than it is now, but my reach was better then. And I'm like,
Whatever.
I don't even think half the damn companies know what reach is.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
I
but
think they see a high number and they're like, okay.
yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, that works. Like,
I'm cool with
no, I
that.
screenshot it right after I posted like 3 videos and it was like 10 million. I'm like, yeah, that's a good number.
Yeah, that
That's
sounds like
pretty
a good number.
Yeah.
That's a really good number.
So that's a good one to have.
Yeah, I think Streets though, like you were saying, gets a lot of views.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how it is now because I haven't rode streets in a long time, but whenever I used to go on street rides, I would get tons of followers.
Streets get respect. You get respect for riding on the streets.
I think because everyone is a street rider.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Whether you stunt or not.
You're a street rider.
Nobody's going to a lot to,
Ride
practice
motorcycles.
turns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, everyone rides the streets. So, like you said earlier, it's relatable.
Mm-hmm.
For somebody to be able to be like, holy shit, he did this wheelie up this street. That's pretty cool,
Yeah. Do you have to ride in second gear or you're in first gear the whole time?
First gear the whole time.
Damn.
I'm a stock 88.
Mm.
My bike will not come up in second.
Damn.
Second gear, limiter, jump on the seat. It goes, wah, 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 wah. That's it.
You ever going to get on a bagger?
Just bought a bagger. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not.
Did you post that?
No, it's an old man bag. I got a good deal on it. It's an 02. So it has a good motor in it, and it's EFI. But I don't know. Eventually, I'll buy one and keep it, but
You're going to sell it?
might.
So you mentioned you flip bikes.
Mm-hmm.
When you're looking for a motorcycle for a good deal, what do you look for? Divorce?
Divorces. I've bought a few bikes.
Yeah.
First Harley I ever bought was because of a divorce. But yeah, divorces, as bad as that sounds. I would just say I've lost a lot of bikes in the past. Let's say there's a bike that's worth $5,000. It's posted for $3,000. I've lost a lot of bikes because they'll say, hey, I'll give you $2,500. I still lowball them even though it's a good deal. If you trust yourself in thinking it's a good deal, just go buy it because you're probably right.
For asking price?
Yeah, because then that same bike sells for $3,000, and then the next person lists it for 45 the next day anyway. So if you can make $1,000 on a bike, make $1,000 on a bike.
Yeah.
But as far as looking for, just you need to know the market, just like anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just go on the last 100 sold on Facebook and see what they sold for.
Do you keep a bunch of stunt parts or like or parts in general, so that you already know, like, when I get that, I'm gonna put some bars on there and then sell it for more?
Yeah. A set of bars, risers, and a seat you can get for what, $600, makes the bike worth $1,000 more for some reason. In certain places, exactly. Yeah, if you can do $500 in parts and get $1,000 more, why wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what we do.
Well, kids look at it and they're like, stunt bike.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, it's set up.
Yeah, or it just looks cleaner.
Yeah, it
you
does
know,
look clean.
and like,
looks less like an old man bike.
Exactly, it's not so gramped out.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's not a stock seat. It's a
exactly.
The
you don't have to do the brake lines.
Exactly.
If I don't have to do the brake lines or change the bars, I'm like sick.
I'm stock brake lines too, and I have +2s in the front.
Really?
So the brake lines are really straight. My bike's bad. It's not good.
Damn, dude.
That's why I hate giving advice on my bike, because it's not good. And we just rebuilt it again too. It's just the whole bike's a little tweaked. Everything's a little tweaked. So it's almost time for a new bike, but not yet.
Maybe you should get on a bagger. Maybe that's your next move, dude.
Maybe. Baggers do get a lot of views.
Yeah. And honestly, they're the easiest of the three.
They float.
Mm-hmm.
They float. They drift. You don't have to mess with steering stops.
They're just more intimidating.
Yeah. But once you can do it on a dyno, I feel like a good lot session, you can feel confident on a bagger to at least try it.
Yeah, for sure. It'll just take you a day.
Yeah, exactly.
Or not even a day.
Yeah.
Not even an hour.
Yeah.
A few wheelies.
Yeah.
And then you got it.
Seat standers.
As soon as you hit balance point, you're like, oh, this is easy.
That's with anything, though.
That's true.
Once you're in balance points, you're floating.
Yeah.
That's when you can start throwing no-handers, hand drags, whatever you want, doubles.
Well, I think the bagger's a good retirement bike.
I could see that.
Because all you got to do is just the basic wheelie.
Yeah, and no matter what, there's going to be somebody who hasn't seen a bagger wheelie.
Yeah, and it's just the cool factor.
Mm-hmm.
Just do some drifts, burnouts.
The amount of people that go to our shows that have never seen a Harley wheelie is incredible. And we can do the same show at the same Harley three weekends in a row, and there's still people who are like, holy shit, you can wheelie a Harley? That's what we were talking about. The scene's small.
Yeah.
The scene is very small.
It seems big to us because that's all of our friends, and we're in that world, but it's so niche.
Exactly.
So niche.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm the only Harley Stunt podcast.
Yeah, no,
like,
exactly.
Literally that actual niche. There's a lot. There's a like stunt news that's kind of like general, but it's not focused on Harley stunt riding. But I think it's so different. Like, Bruce wants to do competitions in the street bike scene too, and I'm like host competitions, and I'm like, it's such a different world.
It is.
It's so different. Like, you see it at our stunt spot where they're just separated, the street bikes and the Harley guys.
We had an event. I didn't even go to it. I'm happy I didn't. If this kid sees this podcast, I'm not trying to throw shade, but it was 19 Harleys and one street bike riding in this stunt competition, and two of the judging categories. One was acrobats, and one was stoppies.
Oh,
who won? The street bike.
Street bike. That's why you can't can't combine them.
It's like you cannot, and it's tough because some people just who don't ride bikes don't understand. They're like, why can't you do a stoppie on that? You know?
Yeah.
So it's like it is two different worlds.
It's
two completely different worlds.
And street bikes are so far progressed in the stunt scene that Harleys aren't there yet.
Exactly.
Because people don't want to put like handbrakes and stuff on their bike, but you know.
Assholes.
I know. Those motherfuckers.
Like I said, I'm not
Just playing.
Not hating.
No, I'm interested. I'm just sitting back as I'm just watching from the outside. Like, oh, I'm actually genuinely interested to see how.
Like I said, if I
feel
get
like
to a point where I cannot do any more tricks with a foot brake, I'll put a handbrake on. Why not?
Okay, you said it.
But I'm never gonna get to that point.
You said it.
There's never, because even like it goes back to obsession. If I can hit elbow 3 out of 10 times, I don't consider that trick done until I can hit it every single time anywhere. If I'm riding a show and I miss an elbow drag, I don't consider that trick mastered. I need to be able to do the trick every time. I'm obsessed with.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's when it comes back to like.
So you're like a perfectionist.
I wouldn't say perfectionist because I fuck up, but sorry, I didn't know if. No, that's swear. Okay. I fuck up, but I want to be a perfectionist. How about that? I want my runs to be perfect. Like, yes, they're sloppy, but I'd rather ride the basics very good than try and do something and miss it.
I have a question. Does that fuck you up ever?
What?
Like, because you obsess so much and you want perfection, does it ever like frustrate you?
No, I know I'll get it. I have faith in myself. You gotta have faith in yourself. If you truly believe you can do it, this is gonna sound so cliche. If you truly believe you can do it, then you can do it.
Yeah.
But it's the truth.
It is true.
If like I remember riding the stunt lot year 1 with a couple of my buddies, I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw a double. One day I'm gonna do it. They're like, okay.
They're like, you're right.
Yeah, you're gonna sell that bike tomorrow. Through the double. I was like, I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought it would. I didn't think it would take me that long, but I did it. You know. So.
How do you gain that confidence?
Practice, seat time.
But you knew it before you could do it.
Yeah, you just gotta have faith in yourself. I have faith in myself with anything I do.
Do you think it's because you've proven that to yourself over and over again in other areas of your life?
It could be.
That you're like, I know I can do it because I've done it before.
It could be. It sounds cocky.
I don't think it's cocky. It's confidence.
Yeah, exactly. If you're confident.
That's the biggest lesson I learned.
You
from
being
stunt
your own
riding.
supporter is the best thing that can happen to you. If you believe you can do it, you can do it. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, totally. So before we go, where can my audience find you?
Instagram. Almost said YouTube. I don't have a YouTube. Instagram at Jaxen Cole.
And no YouTube yet.
No YouTube yet.
You should get on YouTube.
I know. I have multiple people tell me that a week. He tells me all the time. So I will one day.
I think
it's a lot of editing, a lot of.
No, just whatever you're posting on Instagram, post on YouTube.
Oh, a shorts?
That's what. Can you see this, Blake?
Yep.
That's what the 100K
That's
is for.
Bruce's placker, everyone. Sorry, I'm the only one that brags about it because he's too humble to brag. But he just got 100,000 subscribers.
Maybe
He
I'll
got
try
a
it.
fucking placker.
Does YouTube not demonetize and like?
He said
the street
I think he
videos?
gets like half payment or something like that, or like partial monetization if it's on the streets. But still, he's making $500 a month, and he gets a cool placker.
Yeah,
and
just to post videos, like
just so the same shit he's posting on Instagram, he's posting on
identical.
Same shit.
You just have to say you're on a closed course or you're in Mexico.
Mexico's my go-to. I like Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what the thrashing guys do.
Oh, okay.
Every time they do wheelies, it says professional on a closed course, or it says they're in like Mexico or something like that.
And that's how you get paid?
Okay.
Yeah, because then YouTube, they can't like charge you with it, like, because you're not in America. It's out of their jurisdiction.
Is there something you can pull up about that, Jamie?
Yeah, Jamie, is that true?
Is that true? Can you pull up a fact about that? We're going to need to know. And while you do that...
That's a lot of day trips to Mexico.
I know, right? Well, we might as well just live there right now. Shit, I'm right next door.
Yeah. I'm a little ways away.
You just say you're in Mexico. You don't actually go.
Yeah, right?
That would be cool if you actually go, though.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, Jackson already says he's in Mexico. I thought he got arrested there.
No, I'm not CJ.
Dude, that's wild.
So bad.
It's so wild. I need him on the podcast, too, to talk about that.
Yeah.
Like,
That was a rough. I don't want to speak for him, but that was probably the roughest part of his life, right? But I think that also gave him so much drive that he made it work.
in perspective.
I think it hurt him, but it also made what he has now.
Oh yeah,
100%,
absolutely.
right? Like, again, I don't want to speak for him.
Mhm.
You should get him on here and have him talk about it. But in my opinion, if that happened to me, that's probably how it would go.
How did it change you? Your arrest?
Made me want to prove the cops wrong because they all said they were all haters. Obviously, I was doing illegal stuff allegedly, but they were all haters, and even the aspect of like, you can't make money doing this. And I have body cam footage of that. Edit's coming soon. It's gonna be cool.
People don't like stuff that you guys do.
You can't make money doing this. I don't know what you're doing. Like, this is so dangerous and dumb. Like, blah blah blah. And now I'm doing it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, prove those fuckers wrong.
Yeah. If you can feed off the haters, you'll do good.
Yeah, that's kind of toxic though.
What do you mean? The hate or feeding off the
I
haters?
used to fucking use haters to fuel me, and
The way I look
it's a
at
dark
it,
place to be.
you
Let's just
can't
put
you
that.
can't make everyone happy. So if you can make yourself happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah, yeah.
No matter what, there's gonna be haters. Mr. Beast donates freaking hundreds of millions of dollars to charity, and he has haters.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's true. Or it might be. I won't bring it up.
What?
Might be because his friend's
Oh yeah.
a woman now,
That's different. That's a whole.
and he's on a
We need to start a new
children's.
podcast for that.
Yeah, he's
one.
on a children's YouTube channel.
Yeah,
So that's a whole nother topic.
yeah. That's different.
But I love Mr. Beast, to be
Yeah.
honest. He inspires me a lot, you
Yeah.
know.
He's a
Obviously.
good dude.
But going back to YouTube, you should get on that shit. At least it pays,
Yep,
you know,
I'll try.
and just post the same shit.
I'm gonna try.
It's a little bit more work, but oh, I was gonna say, so Bruce has only been working on his YouTube for like 6 months.
Already at 100K.
Yes.
Good for him. That's fucking awesome.
Well, and
That's super sick.
Who's like that's just
He's.
because of Harley wheelies
I was
and
gonna say he's the only Harley other than Cruzy, right?
on YouTube.
Harley YouTube, yeah.
Well, I don't know. He's just posting.
And JB, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just posting like shorts and stuff. He has no long form.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's literally just. I think it's
maybe I'll be the
because-
second one to do it.
YouTube's the world,
Yeah,
whereas Instagram's just, I don't know, who's on there. United States, Canada, UK.
yeah. I think some foreign countries, but I see what you're saying. YouTube
yeah.
is everywhere.
Is everywhere, and
Yeah.
more people watch YouTube because they'll put it
Mhm.
on their TV.
Yep.
You know.
You just let it play through.
Yep.
I agree. You're onto something. I see it.
Just start it. Start it. Blake, you find anything about that?
Yeah, I found some stuff here. It says they risking serious harm or death or extremely dangerous driving. They talk about that, but it says saying don't try this at home is not sufficient enough context. It could also include the explaining of types of precautions or training required to do the act safely and prevent injury. So I think it says there's educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic context, such as providing information about the risks of the act. So I think if you frame it in an educational standpoint, like this is what you shouldn't be doing because you could be risking death or something, it's considered educational,
Don't try this at home sounds so much cooler though.
right?
Yeah, just dumb it down to don't try this at home.
Yeah.
You
try this
might
at home.
die.
Wah, bah, bah, bah,
You
bah,
might
bah.
be risking your life.
Yeah.
Right, Blake? Is
Yeah.
that basically what you got to say? Don't do
Yeah.
this at home.
Yeah, I think you just have to have like more of a like at the beginning of Jackass.
More
when they had-
professional.
Yeah, you have to say we're professionals on like a closed course.
Mm-hmm.
Do not try this at home. You may risk,
Disclaimer.
know, whatever. Yeah, so and I think if you have the right disclaimer, it should be fine,
Yeah, people
Good
are
to
still
know.
going to try it at home.
Yeah.
right?
Isn't that how everything?
How do you learn
goes?
it in the
Like,
first place if you
I
don't
know,
try it at
right?
home?
Exactly.
You see it on YouTube and you're like, oh, I could do that.
Exactly.
And majority of people cannot do it, and that's where the videos come from, though. It's
Exactly.
awesome.
Shit. Well, before we go, what impact do you want to see on the Harley stunt scene? What impact do you want to make?
make?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a really good question.
I try to remember to ask that at the end of everyone, but I forget.
I just want to help it grow. I think that's the simple answer. I just want to see it. I want to see the most people who truly are obsessed and want to ride make a living out of it as they can. You know, like there's enough money and people and sponsors in this world where like no one should be greedy and be like, oh no, I ride for them. That don't bring anybody else on. If a company wants to bring somebody else on, you should help them. I think that goes a long ways. So I think the more people riding and the more people getting into it is going to make the scene better.
Yeah, for
Right?
sure. You got to open their minds to it. That's
Exactly.
also the reason for this podcast.
Yep, exactly.
You know, open their minds to being more professional and
Mm-hmm.
taking it a little bit like the next step further
Mm-hmm.
in their journey, you know, because it's possible. It's
100%.
much more possible in the Harley Stunt scene than in the street bike scene. I'll tell you that.
100%. 100%. Because Harley's starting to back it too a little bit. Certain Harleys, I should say. I don't know if corporate's really in on it yet, but when you have dealerships backing a stunt show, that's huge.
It's a huge deal.
It's a huge deal. That there weren't many Yamaha dealers, there Kawasaki dealers just hosting stunt shows on the weekends. You know, so it's pretty cool seeing the Harley dealerships get in on it like they are.
Well, I think there's more money in the Harley Stunt scene because there's more rallies.
Mm-hmm.
There's the bikes are more expensive, so there's just more money into it.
There's more people who ride them.
You think so?
Not necessarily stunt, obviously, but yeah, the old heads.
I wonder.
700,000 people go to Sturgis every year. I'd say about 85% of the bikes are Harleys. 20% are Indians. Wait, that's not the math. 85%, 10% are the Indians, and then the rest are...
Oh, you mean
jet
in
bikes.
the V-Twins scene?
Oh, I'm just saying, like, that's a big number. Almost 1 million people. That's a lot of fucking bikes.
How many people ride like Harley or V-Twins versus street bikes?
That's also America, by the way.
And
I just want
in
United
our
States,
country,
yeah.
in our country. I'm just curious
Because
because
foreign countries, it's supermotos and...
oh, that's very
Right.
true. Very true.
So in 2023 in America, there were 27,000 Harleys sold.
Seems low.
Yeah,
27,000 only?
apparently. Wait, oh, this is different.
That's probably one dealership, no.
98,000 in United States.
That's it?
Yeah,
That's
98,468.
New Harleys sold?
Yeah, I'm assuming
So
new,
100,000 new Harleys a year.
which is down in 2019, 2021. It was all at 26,000.
Cool.
Oh, that's pre-COVID.
Yeah, so let's see here. It's gonna be harder to find street
There's
bike
maybe sport bike,
sales.
type sport bike.
Yeah, sport bike. That's true.
The difference is Harleys also hold value a lot more.
Oh, and if you're just typing in Harley, we got to combine all this, not just that brand name.
Yeah, you got Honda, Kawasaki.
Yeah, you got too many. Yeah, I mean, I just think there's more money. The bikes are more expensive,
Yeah.
period. I mean, that's why no one
I mean,
wants to
that's
stunt
the
ride it.
easiest way. Yeah, that's the easiest way to look at it, right?
So there's more money in this
Yeah.
scene.
That's
Period.
true.
So it says in 2021, 550,000 motorcycles were sold in the United
So a
States.
fifth.
So, yeah, in 2021, a fifth of them were Harley Davidsons.
It's a lot of bikes. It's a lot of Harleys. Do you know what
One fifth.
1/5.
1/5 of the bikes are Harleys?
Yeah, versus
That's a lot.
the rest of
How
the
many
bikes
other
were
brands
split.
are there?
I mean, that's just saying
Oh,
all
just
U.S.
Harleys.
motorcycle units. Sales.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Speaking of, this is way off topic, but you know how they're trying to cancel Harley?
Oh
What?
yeah, 'cause
They're
they
trying
went
to
woke.
Bud Light Harley.
Why?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Okay, Blake, pull it up.
So recently, I've been seeing it a lot on YouTube, but
Harley's never going to get canceled.
Yeah, just Blake, you don't have to pull it up. You're like an encyclopedia.
yeah. So recently, I've been seeing a lot of posts where people are showing video at Sturgis and stuff of the actual Harley Davidson booth and saying attendance is down. Nobody's interested in Harleys anymore. They're like covering up like the logos and saying they're going to sell their bikes and stuff. So it's just it has something to do with the CEO and his political views and stuff. So I think a lot of people are starting to kind of switch it up or change.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying everybody, you know.
It's more bikes for us to buy.
It's just, yeah, there's going to be certain people, obviously, that have their views.
They're not going to switch. Harley Davidson, even though I don't agree with, if it's even true, I don't agree with them supporting, I think it was like transitioning kids or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm way against that. But, or something to do with gay pride. I have no idea. I don't know. But
it's not motorcycle related.
It's not motorcycle related, but they have too strong of a brand.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally a lifestyle.
They still make cool bikes.
It's literally a lifestyle.
Exactly.
You can't cancel them.
No, I agree.
They're the strongest brand.
That shows how little they are already doing. If I
you
ride Harleys for a living and I don't even know about it.
Exactly. But I'm surprised that people are actually going through with canceling it. But
I'll buy anyone who wants to cancel Harley. I'll buy your bike at a fifth of the price, cash right now.
Exactly.
If you want to get rid of your bike that bad, I'll come pick
Jaxen.
it up. Yeah. Like,
early model Dynas.
yeah, I'll buy anything. Just sell it.
Yeah.
But early model Dynas, especially 04, 05, FXDI.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Let me know.
Got to get that fuel injection.
Yes, exactly.
So where do you go from here? You're in Arizona for a few more days?
We leave tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been here a week. Just over a week. Yep.
And going home?
Going to New Hampshire. Yep. Might stop in Nashville for a couple nights. We haven't decided.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yep.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Making the time out of your vacay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Fuck
Of
yeah,
course.
dude. It was a good one.
Yeah, it was fun.